So the company was founded in 1959 by my dad, who was a cartoonist by trade, but he also could do layout, cut and paste. He had tremendous charisma. And him and my mother started Ed Bristol Advertising and Printing. Actually, it was Ed Bristol Advertising Incorporated before we even had printing. And he would do a newspaper called the Northwest Reporter. And he owned that newspaper for a good 5 years. And he had a partner that would do the editorial, and it would go out to 25,000 people on the northwest side of Milwaukee, and it was distributed door to door. And it was all about relationships. We continued to do shoppers. We continued to do, Shopper is a newspaper with all kinds of advertising in it, and it was straight ads. And in those days, there were associations like Capitol Court, Brookfield Square, Bayshore, and he would go to those meetings and get involved and sell his ads right at the meeting. There were 3 means of distribution in those days. And it was door-to-door Badger advertising. Those are the guys who would go out every week, and the whole city of Milwaukee put it on your doorknob with a bunch of other stuff. You could insert in the Milwaukee Journal, which at that time was a very high subscription rate of 90%. So it was a great way to do 25,000 in an area and just insert it into the newspaper on a certain day of the week. And the third one was, of course, direct mail. When we were brought up as kids, at 10 years old, we were already with stuffing and sealing envelopes. That's what we did. We didn't have machines to do that. And we also would hand number, because he would run contests on some of those shoppers, and we would have to hand number 10 to 20,000 pieces at one time, and it would take forever, and our hands would be killing us. But anyway, we were brought up to work hard, and I always had a passion for business. And I went on to be the delivery driver when I was 16. I was showing proofs of ads when I was 16. And then at 18 years old, I finally said, I want to go out and sell ads. So I went out there, and my dad said, bring back questions. And that's what I did. You know, I would never tell a customer if I didn't know the answer. I'd say, I'll get back to you right away. So we were selling ads, and at the same time, we could sell them printing. For instance, if it was a pizza place, we'd say, who does your menu? You know, we'll be glad to handle it for you, like that. And of course, we could do the whole layout and design all in-house at that time. We were farming out the direct mail at that time, and we just grew. Now, I took what my dad did, and I put it into different formats as technology kept changing, and it went from 1 color black to 2 color to the rainbow color, and then eventually to full color. And I created Coupon Magic and had 60 advertisers in there. And a lot of those advertisers did printing with us also. So it was all about relationships. So eventually, the internet came along about 12, 14 years ago. And we were humbly pioneers in there where we got ranked pretty high nationally. And the business just took off. And it really helped us a lot. And before you know it, we were shipping all over the United States of America. And it was fantastic. I'm proud to say that I remember my first sale at 18 years old. It was to a chicken store called Chicken Man, who's still in business. And that's 40 years ago. It was a $400 order. I'll never forget it. And he today is still an incredible client of mine that puts out 250,000 mail pieces a year. And just a loyal customer, and we have several loyal customers like that. And I'll say it again humbly, it comes because we give great customer service. My father passed 6 years ago, and I dearly miss him. My mother, God bless her, is 86 years old and chooses still to come to Ed Bristol Advertising and Printing and work 3 days a week. That's the kind of family I have and devotion to our customers.